Hello everyone. I'm going to make the best of today, and I'm going to try to give you a combination of the screencasting stuff I've been doing and then real car stuff. And I have a real camera now, so hopefully stuff will come out a little bit better than it did with trying to do my iPhone. All right, so I'm going to cover some materials that would be in Lab 3 and Lab 4. We did almost everything that was in Lab 3. But I'm going to go over a couple other things on it. And then I'm going to include the items that are on Lab 4. A bunch of the stuff. And we did a lot of this stuff as well. So my goal is to give you this experience and knowledge because I have a feeling you'll be doing these labs at a later date, and this way you have some practical connection to it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about with you guys is diagnostics, okay? Because we're going into doing testing with the digital multimeters, the DVOMs, and that's going to move into it. Why are you doing the testing? Well, you're doing the testing because something is broke, right? So we're going to start with talking about what do we need to start an engine, right? What do we need? We need fuel, we need spark, we need compression, we need air, right? We need fuel pump to bring fuel up. We need the signal from the computer to the fuel injectors. We need for fuses to be good, right, to supply power to various things. We need relays to do their stuff to get fuel going, right? So these are the things that come into play. So what we need to do is narrow things down, right? This is always a game of process of elimination. We find out what we need. If we have it, we don't have to think about it anymore. We can go to other areas, right? So if we, let's say, for example, we want to know if it's fuel that's doing it. Well, if we check fuel pressure and it has it, and we check fuel injector pulse, using a Noid light, and we have it, then we don't have to look at fuel anymore. Now we can go to other things. We can look at compression. We can look at spark. We can look at a clogged air filter. Again, if that fuel pump is operating, well, if we look over here, right, if our fuel pump is operating, we know that our fuel pump control is operating. We know that our ground is okay. We know that this fuse must be good because that's sending power to the fuel pump, right? All of these things prove that things are okay. We know this fuel pump relay is okay, right? So by a system operating, we can automatically assume that things are good. Another area is, right, if this fuse fed another circuit and that other circuit was working, then that fuse has to be okay, right? So these are things that come into to troubleshooting and narrowing down your problem. What we're going to do today is, once again, we're going to use my 99 Silverado that's outside because it's the easiest one to get access to certain things, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this fuel pump relay, and we are going to figure out how we can presume it's working properly. We can see that this fuse is also in the high current side, so we should be able to measure the amperage of the fuel pump at this fuse right here. But we're going to start with looking at this, and we're going to decide what we have, right? If we look at this fuel pump relay, we see that we have power, hot at all times, to 30, right? This is 30 on our relay all the time. Over here, we got nothing until it activates. And over here, we got ground. And over here, again, we have ground. So only 30 should have power. Once we find 30, we should be able to map out the rest of our our fuse, our relay. I have jumpers here just like we have at school, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll pick that up again in a video.